welcome to another episode of Hard Knot Garage. Finished my shop track. This was supposed to be like a really easy build, just a quick fun build after a couple of competition ones and some customer cars. Didn't quite turn out like that. Ended up being one of my more kind of extreme builds. So what is it? Well, the body, so this van part here, or delivery part, is a 1931 Ford delivery truck. It's a Motor City Classic model, really quite nicely detailed, with opening doors and bits. It did have a problem though, and that was that it's got a bit of Diecast Cancer in it. So this door's broken a couple of times, and some of the hinges have broken off the doors. I was a little afraid that the actual body would start to come apart as well, but it turned out that managed to stay okay during the build. So that was really good. So only that part is the 31 delivery Ford. This part and the front is often, I think it's a 1940 Ford pickup truck. It's a Motor Max, I believe. So this is actually plastic, whereas the body's die cast. The fender was basically black, and the body was cream coloured. So I sanded them all down, spray painted surface primer over it, the red brown, and then a nice blue. I think it's light sea blue over top, and then just sanded back to get the effect I wanted. The motor. So I have quite a few Toyota Land Cruiser 118 scale Toyota Land Cruisers that I use for parts for my Holden Overlander builds. So this has, I wanted it, originally it was going to be quite rat roddy, and I think I've gone for what I'm going to call a Patina rod. So not quite full rat rod, but not particularly shiny either. So it has a 6-cylinder turbo diesel. I added a bigger turbo on with a intake, which is actually a cap off a eye drop bottle, and then a exhaust out the side. The door should open over the exhaust. The inside was a bit interesting. Okay, so on the interior, this is it's like a bamboo. Okay, so in the interior, the floor here and in the back, just open that up, is this stuff. It's like a, I think it's bamboo, but it's like a wood veneer with a sticky back. Got it from a place called Lincraft, which is in New Zealand and Australia, and I think I bought all of it because I can't find any in the shops anymore or online. I need a bit more light in there. And what I did is I painted it with one of these alcohol pens, markers, to get that colour. I've got several different colours that I can use. Oops. So you can get some quite nice effects other than the light wood. Okay, I got some material that I used my hot glue gun to stick onto the inside of the doors. I just thought that was quite a cool effect. I think it's also on the walls and on the roof. So just something a bit funky. As an interior, the seats, I went and bought some pleather kind of stuff, which is sort of like thin leather. Not entirely sure they kind of got the right effect. I did buy quite a bit of it, like a meter of each colour, so I was just playing around with how I'd get those on. So the wheels come a little skew. The chassis, if I can show you, I had to kind of scratch build. So it's basically just a styrene chassis. Probably could do with a few more cross members, but I was reasonably happy with that. And the front's got half elliptical. Let's see if we can get in there and have a look. These semi-elliptical leaf springs that sort of work. They are flexible enough to do some work just out of styrene. So there we go. That was quite a cool wee build. Oh, and I did the Hard Knock Garage logo just with a vinyl mask that I cut out on my cricket cutter. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think it came out pretty cool. Thanks for watching. Now, if you're curious, you might have heard me mention that this model had some what's called, what people tend to call Diecast Cancer in it. So what is that? Well, here's an example. I just zoom in there. So you can see this. This is the original hood that kind of sat up there. And you can see it's got these cracks in it. All right, particularly on the back, it's got quite a bit of hazing. Now, sometimes it's just the paint, but you can also see there was some parts on here that have snapped off. So if I flex that, I don't particularly want to because I may be able to use that for something else, it would just snap in two. So what happens is when they pour the mold, the material in it's called Zarmac, which is the die cast, and it's got it's an alloy of lots of different bits. Sometimes it can be a bit junky. If there's impurities in it, you'll get this effect where after a period of time it basically just starts to decay and break up. Sometimes it'll be on just part of a model, so I've had one that was just a door, the rest was fine, or it could be the whole thing. So I have had some models just completely crumble. So basically all you've got left is the plastic parts. Yeah, so there we go. Hope you don't have it.